Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Tea with Foss. Delicious. Why did I say delicious? I don't know. I've been trying to do this intro for like 20 minutes now. I keep failing. And I was going to make some stupid joke about how I got a weird mug. But it's just a pink and blue mug. It's got some fancy ladies on it. This is what happens when you live with your lady for 6+ years. You just have these sort of things around the house. There's nothing, you don't need to make a big deal. I don't need to make a big deal out of it. Everyone needs to calm down. Except I'm excited, so I'm not going to calm down. Look at what I got this morning, okay? Right? Before we get into the Q&A, I have to show this to you. I got this. Some magic cards. But wait, there's more. I also got this. Some more magic cards. I got this. Some more magic cards. I got this, which I don't have anywhere to put. I'll put it right here. And then finally, come on. I got this too. I got all of these. Whoa. I got all of these magic cards sent to me from Wizards of the Coast. So if you're watching this right now, thank you. Literally no idea why I have this. Honestly, I am completely baffled. Well, okay. I do Friday Night Magic, so they're probably saying thank you or whatever. But this was completely unprompted. I received no emails. There was no letter in the box. It was just from Wizards of the Coast. And inside of the box, a boatload of magic cards. I'm really excited because I've got a bunch of magic cards. So I'm going to do something with that at some point in the future. Oh, wait a second. That's why they sent me the cards. Are you sneaky, sneaky, sneaky? All right, let's go to the Q&A. Cocoa Puff Gaming asks, do you have/want kids? And what age would you let them start playing games like Mario, Halo, Dying Light? Oh, that is a very interesting question. I don't have any children at the moment, unless you count my 2 cats, which we kind of do. But any human children, no, I don't have any. I do plan to have some in the future. What age will I start letting them play these various games? I actually don't know the answer to that question. As much as this whole debate comes on about video games and their effects on children and all that stuff, I haven't put too much thought into what I would do with my children. So maybe that makes my view on the stance not that valid because I'm not even considering what I do with my own kids. I guess it depends on how smart my kids end up being. If they're dumb and they're like, I don't know the difference between games and real life, well then I can't let them, play those super violent games. But if they're like, yeah, Dad, I get it, it's not real, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, cool. Good for you. You can play this. I don't know. I'm going to have to cross that bridge when I get there. Mario Martinez asks, Force, how did you grow such an awesome beard? Thank you. Genetics. I don't use some special secret beard growing sauce. There isn't some beauty routine that I have for my beard growing. It's just you can grow a beard or you can't grow a beard. There might be some like pills and stuff out there, but don't take pills to grow a beard. That'd be stupid. Genetics and age, and that's the other thing. When I was younger, like when I was a teenager and even in my early 20s, I could not grow a thing. But now that I'm in my late 20s now. In fact, I'm almost 30 at this point. As you get older, I think beards become more prevalent on men, and women, as a matter of fact. Nels Folk Doll asks, hey Force, are you still interested in the EverQuest coming out? Are you keeping tabs on it? Thanks. If you're talking about EverQuest Next, yes, I am very interested. In fact, really at the moment, I think that's the sort of the fantasy MMO that I am most aware of and interested that's coming out hopefully within the next 1 or 2 years. Landmark is still trucking along, but that's not so much for an MMO player as it is for a builder and someone who's interested in even getting behind quasi-development of games, because you can build stuff and you're going to be able to program AI and all sorts of things like that. But in terms of the base fantasy MMORPG, that is the one coming out the soonest that I am the most excited for. I really hope they can sort of deliver on their promise of having a dynamic world and having this AI that's actually living its own life. We've heard that so much in so many games in the past as a selling point, but then it actually comes out and it's just a scripted routine. They go to town and they go to bed. Think of Skyrim, for example. So if they can create dynamic AI with goals and that's doing things and make the world feel more alive, I think that's going to go a long way. And then the next big thing for that game is going to be, how is the combat? Because frankly, the combat in EverQuest Next Landmark is not good. It doesn't feel good, but it's still very early on. So these things will change and get polished over time. But yeah, I've got hopes for EverQuest Next. I hope it is good. Matthew, or Hakeem, asks me, how long have you been playing Magic and which you prefer between it and Hearthstone? Magic has a special place in my heart because I started playing it in middle school. and I played it straight all throughout high school and into college. And I got to the point where I was going to, like, during high school and middle school, I was going to weekend tournaments very consistently with my friends. And it was great times, great memories, the deck building, going in tournaments, doing well, doing poorly. It was just all a lot of fun. And I'm always going to love Magic. Now, unfortunately, Magic, the digital versions, Duels of the Planeswalkers and Magic Online, they are both really, they're not good. They're just not as polished and fun to play as something like Hearthstone is. And I want it to be. And I'm really hoping, one of the things that I was so excited about when Hearthstone first came out, I was like, hopefully this puts a fire under Wizards' butt to make a better digital format of their game, because Magic paper is such a great experience to have. You know, taking the decks that you built and with your friends or yourself, and then going to local tournaments or going into drafting, like all of that stuff, and the experience of actually being around other people while you do it is a blast. And even with the competitive nature of it, you still form bonds with those people, and you definitely do not get that in Hearthstone. In fact, the exact opposite. You pretty much hate everyone you play against in Hearthstone, and it's full of BM. And that is largely attributed to the fact that it's online and you're not, face to face with people. There's the social barrier that's sort of dropped, and you just deal with horribleness, basically, a lot of times. You don't really get that so much in paper Magic, and it's definitely much more of a social experience. So I will always love Magic in the digital format. I much prefer Hearthstone, but I am hoping that at some point Wizards steps up their game and makes a better digital version of Magic the Gathering. I think that'd be fantastic. And I love how I'm spending all this time bashing Wizards of the Coast right after they sent me a bunch of cards, but I'm just being honest here. Guys, your digital game is bad. It needs to be better if you want to compete with Hearthstone. And if you don't, that's fine too. That's the other thing. They make so much money off of paper Magic. Maybe they don't care to compete in the digital format. Maria Akins asks, should I have an introductory video on my channel or just get into the material? And then you should try Yogi Green Tea with kombucha. I'll try. I guess I'll try that. People keep suggesting teas to me. I'm like, where do I get this stuff? I could probably just Google it though. Probably just get into the material. I don't think you need to start off with like, hey, this is my channel. This is what I plan to do. If you just start making content, people will see what you plan to do, and then they will come here for that reason. And then eventually, YouTube does have this whole people who aren't subscribed video that they get to see. For me, I just make it my most recent force feed, but a lot of people have this just one intro video that describes what they do. So first, make your videos, figure out what it is that you're doing, and then do your introductory video that says, hey guys, this is my channel, here's what we do here, watch some of those videos. Because if people see an intro video, but then there's nothing for them to watch besides that, they're gonna be like, this is stupid, I'm not following this. So yeah, do some content first, get that material up there, and then do your introductions. Christopher Helm says, if you were born in Germany, how do you not speak German? Duh. And are you a citizen of Germany? I get this question so very often, because I bring up that I was born in Germany every now and then. I lived there until I was like 9 months old. So not entirely of speaking age. And I only went back a couple of times. So it's basically, my father was in the service and my mother is German. So I was born in Germany, but as a U.S. citizen, probably because I was born on a military base thing. And then we came to the States when I was still a toddler, when I was an infant, in fact. So yeah, that's why I don't speak German. I only went back a couple of times when I was really, really young, just to visit the Oma and Opa and all of that. But yeah, I never had, I guess, the opportunity to really learn German. But it's funny that you should say that, because I've recently made it a goal of mine. I actually have a 3-month goal of trying to become sort of conversational in German, and I've been practicing over the course of the past week. I've got some online programs that I'm using, and so I can say things like Ich trinke das Wasser, which this is tea but not water, but that's basically the idea. I can say Ich bin ein Mann, du bist eine Frau. Yes, that's right, I'm a man, you are a woman. I've been learning a couple things. Just this morning, I learned Die Katze ist eine Maus. So the cat is eating the mouse. That's not good. Das ist not good. So yeah, I'm learning a little bit of German. I'm really excited about it. It is a goal of mine to try to get just some of the basics down, and then I'm gonna surprise my mother. Shh, don't tell her. I'm gonna surprise my mother by speaking German to her the next time I see her, which will probably be sometime this spring. Why don't you see your mother more often? Because I live like 10 hours away. It's horrible. But yeah, it's good. So I am going to learn. Das ist gut, ja. I will be learning some German. And maybe some of my viewers and stuff, maybe you guys can help me. That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. Help me, please. Danke, bitte. Yeah. Eric Kent asks, any tips for new Hearthstone players playing against people that have what seems like all the cards? Well, first of all, if you want tips, you probably don't want to come to me. I'm not I'm not the man to be asking. I suggest watching streamers, specifically people like Trump and Crip and Amaz are fun to watch. They're informative. But overall, those three people are very entertaining. It's just a good time to watch them. And then look up guides, go to the Hearthstone subreddit, go to places like Hearthpwn, and there are so many deck lists out there that are basically free decks that are very strong, very well constructed decks. I know Trump did a big series on sort of like free to play decks that you can make almost right away, booting up Hearthstone without buying anything. Yes, maybe on the high end, especially with decks like Control Warrior or Ramp Druid, there's a lot of money that's dumped into those decks, but there are very effective low cost decks, specifically like Zoolox, for example. Very, very low cost, but incredibly effective. It's been effective for like the past year. Zoolock, and it's always been very cheap as well. So that's just one small example. But look up that stuff. That's going to be your best bet. And don't take advice. I am a casual Hearthstone player to the core, so don't come looking at me. And our final question for today comes from Samsa, who asks, thoughts about the future of YouTubing? Are people still interested about watching the videos? Well, at the moment, I would say yes. I know from myself in particular, my views continue to grow, my subscribers continue to grow. Things are looking good, they're thriving, they're getting better over time, and this is the case, this is echoed for many other YouTubers as well. Can we rely on YouTube to be around forever? No, probably not. I mean, how many companies are around forever? How many companies stay popular forever? I mean, even think about Facebook. Facebook, yes, is still insanely popular, but I feel like as time's gone on, it's become less of something that people really talk about. They're moving on to Twitter, they're moving on to Vine. Things change, things shift. So will YouTube be the premier video viewing platform in perpetuity? I wouldn't expect it to, no. You know, this is something that I talked about in the recent Force feed. The truth is that, yes, we can't expect it to be around forever. So as YouTubers, we need to sort of take stock and prepare for this possible eventual fallout of YouTube as it is at the moment. And I think that's fine. I think there's going to be other things that will take over if YouTube isn't always the most popular place for people to get entertainment. But whatever it is, it's quite possible that people who do the sort of things that I do can move on to whatever platform that is. Maybe it's just everyone wants to just watch live streaming. So many people decide to just move over to Twitch instead of doing this digital sort of edited content. Although I think there's definitely always going to be a place for more well put together stuff as opposed to off the cuff, just kind of doing whatever, watching whatever for hours on end. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of Sunday Tea with Force. And now I'm going to stare at these cards here. I can't believe they sent these to me. I did not expect this. This is so weird. I won't open this stuff, though. I'm going to wait. We'll do like an unboxing video or something like that. You guys, people like to watch that, right? All right, so until next time, Vita Zen, tschüss. I'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.